Hello everyone to the EDAP 689 class, Internet for P12 Teachers. This class will be renamed this year to Building a PLN, Professional Learning Network. This is probably going to be the most laid-back, easygoing, fun, if I may use that word, and dare I say, easiest class that you will have ever taken. Little history. This class is an elective within the K-12 Instructional Technology Endorsement, which is also housed within the Masters for Teacher Leadership with an Instructional Technology Specialization. This has always been an elective, and when I first redesigned the course, I wanted to make it something that had real meaning as opposed to the original design that I inherited, which was, to sum it up in a simple sentence, 50 websites that I would use as a teacher. I found that to be rather stupid, redundant, and frankly, a slap in the face of any good professional. And so when I sat down and started working on this course, I had been a part of the whole professional learning group movement, especially in JCPS with the long-lamented director of academics, Dewey. And I felt really that I really wanted to get to the point of this class, which is very simple. You can't have a PLC unless you have a PLN, and that's what the purpose of this is for you to build a professional learning network. Everything is in place, ready for you to take a look at, ready for you to use come Monday. I do want to stress something that we need to realize that come Monday, June the 6th, the schedule says for us to meet from 8 to 5. I don't know about you, but 8 o'clock in the summer is a ridiculous time to have to get to the university. I'm therefore going to make a decision by fiat, which is my privilege as the instructor, that we will meet at 9. The way the class will work is simplicity. We will meet. I will have a short presentation to make to you about each one of the topics, and I'll go over those real fast here in a second. You will build, we will share, we will go home. And if we are done before the 5 o'clock time, which we will, you leave. That's as simple a class as I think we can make it. It is very practitioner-based. Some people refer to this class in not the kindest words as, well, it's just a PD class. Well, yes, it is, but it does have some foundational theoretical basis that I think has some profound statements to make, especially as we look at what PLCs have become. I feel very strongly that the PLN that would be owned by each of you, and we get this finished, would be a way for you to garner, corral, locate, collect information about what you do that you then can share with your PLC. One of the things that we do very badly in education is we are extremely parochial. And I do not mean that in the sense of Catholic schools. I mean that in the sense of we are very insulated. We do not really talk about things outside of what's going on in our building. And as anyone who's been around in education over the past couple of years realizes, we have people who are building entire candidate resumes around the idea of getting away from Common Core and all that. And if we don't understand through finding resources about what it means, then we are just a herd that's being pushed in one direction, and then in a few years we pushed in another direction. And that's not what professionals do. Professionals lead. Okay, enough soapbox, you'll hear this Monday again. Let's look at the course real fast. The course is simply designed. The syllabus is right here. The syllabus is right here. The class opening is right here. This is basically sort of what I just said, much more eloquently written, if I may say so. And it's that simple. In fact, it is so simple, for those of you in the great beyond, and I think there's 4 or 5 of you who are taking the course, there's a PDF sitting here. This PDF is essentially the course modules. You could literally sit, look at the syllabus, look at this PDF, you could build your PLN. Take you a day and a half, maybe. So that is how simple a course this is, but I would argue that it's also a very profound course. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on Course Modules. You'll notice that everything you need is over here on the left-hand side, especially those of you who will be taking the class from the Great Beyond. And when I say the Great Beyond, I mean you're taking it as a distance ed option. And as you see, it's broken down into the following modules. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to build, yes, we're going to build it again, a wiki space that is going to be who I am. And here are all the videos that tell you how to do everything. The second module that we will do, and by the way, I'm showing you these are the days. So day 1, we spend in building a module around who I am, using tools like Wikispaces, Voki, GoAnimate, things like that. Day 2, we will be doing who I am connected to. We will be developing a Twitter account. As you can see here, one of the things that we'll be asking you to do is to at least hook up with 10 education sites or educational organizations or educators that you follow. Evidence of your contribution, we'll ask you to do 5 tweets, and then write a paragraph explaining the reason you choose the people you follow and how they fit into your PLN. Simple. Day 3, who I listen to. We will explore a term that is rather forgotten called RSS, and RSS stands for Real Simple Syndication. It was created by a guy by the name of Dave Weiner. And what Dave was trying to do, and this was back in the early 90s, he was trying to develop a way for websites to be able to talk back to people. In other words, you don't have to visit the website every day. If something new happens on the website, it sends you a message and says, hey, something new's been added. Quickly was picked up by people who blog, and then even more quickly was picked up by the podcasting community. We're going to be developing an RSS feed that we will then house in our wiki spaces. By the way, your Twitter feed will be housed in your wiki space as well. We're going to have an RSS feed housed in our wiki space. You're kind of seeing, I hope, that everything is going to be built into, and the wiki space becomes the ultimate PLN source. The 4th day, we will be looking at 2 of my favorite curation sites. One of these is called Scoop It, and oh my goodness gracious, there's Pinterest. These are probably the penultimate way for you to graze out there in the interwebs looking for resources. I can't tell you the number of times I've gone to Pinterest looking for resources. And one of the things I like to do is I like to build. I like to build furniture. I like to build tables. I like to build all kinds of things. In my Pinterest account, buddy, that's all it's got on there is DIY stuff. But I also have a Pinterest account that's nothing but educational technology. Same thing with Scoop It. Scoop It is more like I call it an online magazine. So it goes out and finds the things, and my Scoop It account is very much linked to technology. And it sends me every single day a whole new magazine that I can look through at the ideas that are out there on the web that relate to my target. Great stuff. Both of these. Just fun. And then finally, on day 5, Friday, there's your final. There's your hat. Now, the one thing I haven't done here in the modules, and I will have this done by Monday, I promise you, is I will have the links in here at the end of each one of the modules that will take you to where in the live text space your assignment will be. Therefore, you will have to just click on the link from here. It will take you to the live text assignment. And as you will probably have noticed, that basically what you're doing is you're creating. You are then putting the URL of where you have created. In other words, each page in your wiki space. And let me go back here to the welcome page, because I think I have one here. Yes, I do. So here is an example of what it can look like. This was done by a young lady by the name of Rosalind Ragsdale. And as you can see, there's Roz's Voki. There's Rosalind's Go Animate, Why I Wanted to Be a Teacher. And here's her Glogster. And she has all kinds of things that she's just added to hers. Notice over here under her table of contents, as you can see, each day's module is represented by a new page in her wiki space. And all she has to do for the final is she's going to write a little bit. Excuse me, not for the final. For each assignment, all she has to do is copy that URL from each of the pages that represent each of the modules, and she pastes that into the live text. That's all there is to it. So, I know this was quick. We will definitely slow down come Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Please don't get there at 8. I'll probably get there by 8:30 so that anybody who doesn't read this email. So relax, have a good time next week. If we are all there Friday, and I believe we have to be there past 11, so if we'll all make a commitment to be there Friday and stay till past 11, we'll walk over to the Comfy Cow next to U of L, and I'll buy everybody a dessert, an ice cream, or whatever you want. The last time we did this, I went over, and the guy behind the counter strongly suggested I have a chocolate-covered banana. And so I did. Hilarity ensued as everyone watched me eat the very cold, very frozen, chocolate-covered banana. Okay, I will see you come Monday morning. I'm looking forward to this. I think you're going to have fun.